The extreme rainfall currently lashing multiple regions of China has triggered a serious climate emergency, keeping millions of people on edge. In Guangdong province, located in the south of the country, the situation has become alarming due to unusually intense precipitation that has caused severe flooding. Water has inundated both urban and rural areas alike, seriously affecting homes, businesses, roads, and private vehicles. Social media and local news outlets have circulated dramatic images capturing the magnitude of the disaster. Streets turned into rivers, partially submerged homes, and cars either floating or completely stuck due to the force of the floodwaters. In Guangdong, water levels have risen so high that pedestrian and vehicle traffic has come to a complete standstill in many areas. This disruption has had a direct impact on the region's economic activities by hindering the transport of goods and the operation of essential services. Merchants and residents have been forced to improvise sandbag barriers to protect their properties, while local authorities have mobilized resources in an attempt to contain the damage and evacuate those at greatest risk. However, the scale of the event has far exceeded the capacity for immediate response. In the north of the country, the outlook is no less grim. The regions of Beijing and Hebei have endured one of the rainiest days on record for the month of May. In fact, at least 24 meteorological stations in these areas have broken historical records for the most rainfall in a single day. Up to 170 millimeters of rain fell within just a few hours, a figure that far surpasses the typical averages for this time of year. This massive volume of water has overwhelmed urban drainage systems, saturated the ground, and caused flooding in densely populated residential zones. Meteorologists have indicated that this episode of intense rainfall, beyond being seasonal, reflects increasingly frequent weather patterns associated with climate change. The ground, unable to absorb such a large amount of water in such a short period, quickly gave way under the pressure of the runoff, flooding areas that until recently were considered safe. Authorities have activated emergency protocols across several provinces, including landslide warnings and preventive evacuations. The emergency caused by these torrential rains represents far more than an isolated incident. It serves as a warning signal about the climate challenges facing the country. The combination of saturated land, collapsed drainage systems, and vulnerable infrastructure has exposed the urgent need to adapt Chinese cities to a new climate reality. As the rains continue in some regions, millions of people remain in a state of uncertainty, waiting for weather conditions to improve and for stronger disaster prevention and response measures to be put in place.